Hey there, good morning. It's Tuesday here, so I'm posting my Tuesday video, and today's topic is the mistakes we make. And if you're like me, I make lots of mistakes. It doesn't matter how much knowledge I gather or how many skills or tools that I have because of my profession, I still mess up a lot as a parent. And so I'm going to share some of those mistakes, and today we're going to talk about a big one, which is when we seek out compliance instead of calm. Often we're just misguided and misdirected in what we're driven to achieve. So today, here we are. Welcome to my jungle, parenting kids with learning differences. I'm Trisha Thompson. I'm a school psych and behavior consultant and specialist by trade. I am a mom of 3 kids, 2 of which have learning differences of their own. So not only do I have professional knowledge to guide me, I have all the in the trenches mistakes you could ever hope to make. And so through that process, I share with you so that my hindsight can be your foresight, right? And today I'm going to share a big one. Often our intention and kind of our culture as parents guides us to seek things out that aren't really helpful. So in this case, the thing that we feel driven to get from our kids often is compliance. We just want them to say okay and do it happily. We just want them to follow the rules. If we set a boundary, we just want them to do it. And the problem is, if you're parenting a child who is struggling with executive functioning or emotional regulation, and your goal is compliance, you're probably not going to be very effective or efficient. And that's really what I look at as a parent is my energy, my soul energy is precious. And parents of kids with learning differences are often really exhausted and burned out. It takes more time and energy and presence to parent kids that might be a little bit more challenging to parent. So I need the things that I choose to do to be efficient and effective so that I have the energy and the capacity to use my best skills, to get my own emotions out of the way so that I can actually be a parent. I can get down to the business of parenting. Okay? So if I'm seeking compliance, the problem is that kids that are having difficulty with emotional regulation really lack the ability to be compliant. So our brain has kind of 2 states. We have our calm thinking brain, which is right up here in our prefrontal cortex. I call it our secretary. All the things that we can do up there, we can recognize our own emotions and kind of self-monitor our own arousal and our own behavior. We can change direction and plan out and think about consequences. We can shift gears. We have a lot of things we can do when we're in that thinking brain. The challenge comes when we're trying to parent a child who's not in their thinking brain or who has deficits in how that brain processes. So they tend to get overwhelmed easily, and the overwhelmed mind says no. It shuts down, it stops, and it goes into one of 3 phases: fight, flight, or freeze. That's our reactive brain. So we get stimulus, response. And no matter how ineffective, no matter how great the punishment you've got lined up, no matter the consequence, someone that's in fight, flight, or freeze in their reactive brain can't really be compliant. They can't learn, they can't listen, they can't respond to a lecture, they can't think about, okay, well, if I do this, that's going to lead to this, which is going to lead to that. That's not where they are. They're stimulus response. And often their reactions aren't the reaction that you're hoping. They're non-compliant. Fight, it's tearing up your paper and throwing it at your parent when they're trying to get you to push through that math problem. It's putting your head down and screaming and crying. It's running away from the table, right? It's flat out refusal to even engage with what you're asking them to do. So when our goal is compliance and our child is not in their thinking brain, we're not going to be efficient or effective. And that's not a hill I want to die on. So instead, we want to shift and focus on finding their calm, helping them find their calm, so that we can plan and we can talk and we can learn and we can listen and we can make progress on an issue that we're having, right? But we often skip that step. And we go straight to the because I said so, because I'm the adult, I shouldn't have to tell you you're too old for this. Which does what, by the way? Backfires and causes them to be even more reactive because they're in their reptilian, primitive, reactive brain. They are threatened because you are coming at them. So we can get calm in quite a few ways. Number one, what are our kids' early bird warning signs? How can we tell that they're just starting to become dysregulated and they're starting to lose that executive function? Kids, I'm shooting a video in my room with the door locked. I'm almost finished. I'm shooting a video for my business. Yeah, so I'm not going to actually answer that right now. I will get to you in just a minute. This is working from home during a pandemic. So yeah, we want to shift to calm. First, we want to notice what are the early signs they're getting dysregulated. Don't ignore it. Get in there and find their calm. All of your kids have their things that they love to do, that they just feel peace at. Whether it's origami or their iPad or a great book or going outside or riding their bike or going on the swing. What does your child naturally gravitate towards? That's where their calm is. So start there and then see if you can find some other calm so that they have a variety of calm coping skills. I have kids fighting in the hallway right outside this door. Don't be distracted. We're just going to keep going. So you want to find their calm. Repetitive pattern movement typically creates calm. And if you have a child that's dysregulated frequently, you're going to want to program and schedule repetitive pattern movement activities for them throughout the day. That can be going for walks, blowing bubbles, sorting through Legos, anything where they're sitting and they're quietly, repetitively patterned some movement. It's calming. And follow their lead. What do they naturally love, right? So what we want to do is we want to gain calm first, and then compliance usually comes quickly on the heels of calm. But even if it doesn't, we then have a space with which to work, where we're both in our thinking brains and we're able to kind of plan and reflect and learn and grow. When we don't do that, all of their energy goes to fighting us, and none of their energy goes into self-reflection and thinking about, their impact on what's happening. So let's shift from compliance to calm and then just see what happens. I would love for you to like, share, and subscribe to this channel, because I think the most important thing to know is you're not alone. No matter how much you've messed it up, it's never too late. And this is hard stuff. And people don't always share that side. So you are not alone, and you can come to this spot and have a community where you can really feel that, and you can be together with some other parents who feel the same way you do, including me. So I'll see you next week. I put out new videos on Tuesday. Like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel. See you next week. Bye.